Well, hey, everybody. Good to have you with us here on the Path Through the Psalms. Hopefully you're enjoying the beginning of chapter 78. It's a long one, as you know, but there's a lot of good stuff packed within it. And as I said at the beginning, if you read the preamble, we're doing things a little bit backwards. So I'm going to start with point 4 right at the beginning, because I think it's a really, really important point about how even when we mess up, God is still there for us. So I've got with me Jonny. He's down in Ferrum this evening. Hey, Jonny.
Hey, Dan.
I've known Jonny for probably about a year or so. First got to know him on an email that came sort of out of the blue. I checked our LifeSpring email, which I hardly ever did, but I did, and there it was, an email from Jonny. And I responded right away. He responded back, and we went back and forth that night. He came to Alpha the next night and got saved, and has done Alpha again, has done Alpha then again, and helped lead one, and part of the church, and just got baptized last week on Sunday, which was such a really amazing thing. He and his mom in the water, they're together in Whitchurch. Great time as a church, and just really, really exciting. So I wanted to ask Jonny some questions. I thought, hey, why not have someone who's living this out share with us? So really great to have him along this evening. So just a couple questions, Jonny. Firstly, could you share with us what coming to Christ in salvation has meant for you?
So, my story is based around addiction to anything really, alcohol, drugs, anything. I struggle to cope with that. So yeah, I'm an addict. It nearly killed me 18 months ago, which brought me into recovery. That's where I sort of accepted that I did have a problem. And, I'm almost a little bit grateful for that, because, my life was unmanageable. And that sort of prompted me to get into recovery. And a big part of recovery is accepting that you're powerless over drugs and alcohol. I've proved that time and time again that no human power can stop me from picking up or drinking or using. So a big concept of that is you need to find a power greater than yourself to help you keep clean and sober. If I'm honest, I struggled with that at first, and it wasn't until my nan passed away I really did start to feel drawn to the concept of God. And I started praying. Didn't know what I was praying to, but I just started praying. Gradually things did get better. I see hope, I see a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. And so one day I was praying, and I don't know what came over me, but it was Jesus. The word Jesus come into my head. Don't know where it come to, but that's what I did. I prayed and I said, like, Jesus, help me out here. I need some help. And I shared that with someone the next day. A friend in recovery. He said, you should try an Alpha. So that's what I did. I just went into Google, typed in Alpha, and I think LifeSpring come up, and a couple of others, but one said, we're not actually doing one until 3 or 4 months. I said, that's not really any good. But yeah, Earl messaged back, and yeah, since then, my life has changed. It's I found Christ. Like I always said, I've done 3 Alphas, and my understanding of God, it's just it's changed my life. I've got God in my life today. It's not easy. It isn't easy. I struggle every single day with this stuff, and I've been tested time and time again.
Let me ask you a couple of questions about that, Jonny.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a couple of questions. So what about your everyday life? How has it changed? Just looking at the normal day in the life of Jonny, how has that changed? over the course of time?
Well, the first thing I do when I roll out of bed is get on my knees and ask for help. You know, ask for some guidance. I ask for strength, courage, and hope to get me through the day. And you know, if I'm honest, I've struggled. I've relapsed a few times recently, and it's brought me. You know, it's it's brought me to my rock bottom, and you know, I've struggled, and one thing I managed to do is find hope through Christ, and it's brought me out of that, which is incredible, because I know for a fact it wasn't my own power that's done that. You know, it wasn't. And yeah, since then, you know, obviously, like I always said, I've been baptized. And I shared that day with my mum, which is, you know, incredible. It was an amazing experience. So yeah, since then, you know, things have got a lot better, a lot better. Yeah.
Well, on those times when you have messed up, and we all do, don't we? We all do. On those times when you have messed up and you've fallen, how is it that you've bounced back? And how does that compare to bouncing back previously, before you knew Christ?
I know for a fact, you know, my last relapse, it was I almost gave up. You know, I turned my back. You know, I refused to let God in, and it wasn't until a friend of mine who said, you know, you need to do this. You need to ask God for help, because no one could get through to me, and that's what I've done. I waved the white flag and I asked for help. And within 24 hours, you know, I've managed to pick myself back up, which, you know, before it just didn't happen like that. It just didn't. I just kept going until I just physically couldn't do anymore. You know, just the way I can find strength just through that. You know, just asking for help through Christ. It's just it's an experience. You know, it's something I can't explain. I don't really want to think into it, but I just know I've got help, you know, and it's always there if I want it. I can just ask for help, and it's there, no matter where I am, no matter what position I'm in, no matter what place I'm in, you know. But that's one thing I do struggle with. You know, I struggle to ask for that help, but all you've got to do is just ask, because it's there, and I know that. I know that today. Yeah.
Yes. You know, one thing that that you said there in that answer was, felt like you turned your back on God. And as we read in this psalm, that's what the people of God did as well. The Bible says that they turned their back on him. Yet God never left them, never forsaked them. And he accepts us and loves us and carries us. So even, and we've talked about this, Jonny and I have, even when he's fallen off the horse, to get back on, and God is right there ready to help him ride again. So that's fantastic. Really biblical. That's what we see throughout this psalm. So that's why I wanted to start this path through the Psalms with this interview, with this testimony, because it's real life, and we know that the Psalms are real life. So great stuff, Jonny. Thanks for joining us this evening. I look forward to seeing you again sometime soon, and have a great rest of the evening. And those of you doing the Psalms, doing this path, look forward to hearing from you. If you have any comments, please let me know. Talk to you later.